Hello, I'm Carla Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for Saturday, the 26th of September, 2020. It's the weekend, which means I've got a half price reading sale. If you want a private reading with me, this weekend, my half price sale is on my past, present, future reads. So that's a written read that I get out within 24 hours, the same as all my reads. But this weekend it's 75 Australian dollars instead of 150 Australian dollars, which is about 54 American dollars right now, so I believe. And so a great time to book in for one of those. If you want one, book in on my website, BeHealing.com. So let's get the cards out for the day, and I'll be right back with you after this. Okay, that's the cards for the day out. Let's get into it. So we're starting off with death and rebirth. Now I feel like this is connected with yesterday's energies. We had someone coming back in from the past, someone to get rid of, really, a masculine energy. And I feel like this death and rebirth is all about that because it's got emotional release behind it there. And so there is an emotional release that's happened. So maybe someone coming back in, you having to say, no, I'm not going back there again, ending it again, or just saying no, drawing up that boundary. And then comes the emotional release because you've had to do that. So you have some kind of an emotional connection with this person, and it was hard to do that. And so there's an emotional release, and it's this emotional release which is important today, is to let that out. Don't stifle that away. Let those emotions out. Cry, scream, do whatever you want to do. Sometimes it's good to write a letter to them. Not a letter that you're going to give to them, but just write a letter to them, because that can get all of that, everything that needs to be said, out of you. This is about you releasing what's inside of you so that you're not manifesting it again. Because look, the magician is out here. And so how does the magician work? Well, the magician uses their consciousness and they use their energy to manifest what it is that they want in their lives. And so anything that's inside of you is being created into being. And all of this stuff that's been inside of you about this ex or this person that you needed to get rid of yesterday, that energy needs to come out so that it's not being recreated over again. So any emotions that you've still got stuck in there, anything that hasn't been said that you're holding on to, get that out today so that you can have this death ready for the rebirth. Because what you want to be doing is being the magician to manifest what it is that you do want, not manifesting what it is that you don't want. And so That's what the energies are all about today, this death and rebirth, and it's about the emotional release there and getting those emotions out and getting those words out as well. You know, it might be that you need to talk to this person some more, but you know, that can keep things going, because then you can get in an argument. There can be a counter thing going on. Sometimes this is all about you just releasing it so that you're not manifesting it over again, and so that can be done by yourself. That can be done like in a ladder that you're not even going to send to them. Five of Cups is out here, so don't focus on the cup that's been spilled. Focus on the cups that are coming in. So you're doing this death and rebirth work so that you're not focused on what has passed, what has gone now, so that you can focus on what's coming. Again, the Nine of Voices. This is a card that came out yesterday showing us that there's something to let go of so that we can put our mind at rest now. So there is something that's on your mind, and I feel like it was yesterday or today. Whatever it is that you need to release, it's an emotional issue for you. It's to clear your mind of this kind of focus so that you can be the magician, so that you can focus on the cups that aren't spilled, you know? Focus on the positive things in life. So there's still some letting go work to do today, cutting that stuff out. Sacred space, honoring your space here. This says to me that while you're doing this inner work today, it's good to spend some time alone, especially in your own space. Like keep your house for yourself or your room for yourself today, so that you have got that space. Now it could be about setting up some kind of a sacred space as well. Some kind of a space like an altar or something like that, or like a corner of a room that's got all beautiful things like I have here on my table. I have my plant, I put flowers, there's a spider on that flower as well now, my crystals and my nice things like that. I have this sacred space on my table with all my cards and everything. And so set yourself a sacred space up like that with things that nurture you, things that make you feel good, so that you can go to that space and use it as a kind of an emotional reset kind of space. Have anything in it, doesn't need to have stuff like I've got here, you know. Whatever makes you happy, put that in it. It could be a cozy nook for some of you as well, you know, like with soft toys and things like that. I'm hearing very nurturing space would be good for you. Now what we've got going on in our love life, we've got something moving, that's for sure. We've got passion here. Allow your heart to sing with joy. So there's something going on at the moment with our love lives. It seems like there's something new coming in, or something new that has come in recently, because we've got expanding inner power out with this. So this passion that we're feeling is allowing our energy to expand. So like I said with the magician, it's your consciousness and it's your energy, your emotional state that creates. It says on the back of this, I'm most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. So when we expand our energy, so when we're feeling really good and we're feeling expansive, we're putting our energy out there. So let me explain this better. Right, so I could do my readings just in person, just on this little island that I'm at, right? And so my energy would maybe expand to the whole of the island, or it could just expand to my space kind of thing, and they're the people that I'd reach. Or I could like put it out on YouTube, put all my stuff out on YouTube and have my energy out to the whole world like that. That's the difference. And so this is why it's got creativity on the back of this. I'm most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. And so when you're creative, when you're putting your stuff out there, when you're confident enough to put yourself out there, that's when your energy expands. It can expand to bigger. And so this passion is helping you to do that. The passion between you and one other, or someone that you're focused on, or you know, someone that you've suddenly become attracted to, that passion itself is allowing your energy to expand. And so it will be helping your creativity. You know, creativity and passion, sexual energy especially, they're both so connected to each other. When I'm doing my energy healings, it's all in the same place. That sexual energy and that creative energy, it's all in the same place in the body. So yeah, they're connected. Now with this passion, because it is connected to somebody, this passion, and it's a soulmate because we've got that coming in. But there's the orphan card out here. So this could be a twin flame that you're very passionate about, but you're not together at the moment. Or there's still an issue about them leaving you in the past. Maybe you're just coming back together or something like that. And there's still some hang-ups about that in the past of when they left you. Got the observer here. So this is about observing your emotional state. You know, going back to the start here, the death and rebirth, and this emotional release today. It could be a very emotional day today. today, both positive and negative, letting things go from the past and healing, observing the emotions that are going on inside of you. This relationship can be built up again, but it needs a solid footing now. It needs to start with truth. That's what I'm hearing. It needs to start with some truths, and sometimes those truths can hurt, about this orphan thing, about a separation. There needs to be some honest dialogue about that. Not just letting that passion take over and then ignoring the issues. Focus on building a solid foundation in this relationship now. Because you've got the soulmate card. Yes, this is your soulmate. Confirmation now. This is your soulmate. And resolving anger is out with that. And so, yeah, there's been stuff in the past that you need to let go of. It says on the back of this, conflict reminds me when I need some more space for myself, right? That's why we've got that sacred space coming up today. As we're letting things go, we need our space. So as much as the passion is roaring today, you're going to need time out from this soulmate to resolve this anger. It's past stuff coming up today. So it's very much reconciliation kind of energies going on today. Also got, I just want to do this one first. Conclusions are within reach. So this is something that can be resolved today. You can resolve this, but this is what it's about. A deep knowing. You know that they're the soulmate. Yeah, even if you've had troubles, you know that they're your soulmate. You can feel it, right? Fork in the road. There is a decision to be made, though, and I feel like it's this building blocks. It's like you need to decide whether you're committed to this relationship and whether you want it, and the other person too, your soulmate too. There's got to be like a joint decision on this. Shall we do this? Shall we build it firmly? Well, we need to put the work in. We both need to put the work in if that's to happen. As I said, there needs to be a frank and honest discussion today. And then it's time to go. So you decide when it's time to go. It could be for some that they don't want to commit, that they're not ready for it, that they don't want to put in the work. And then it's time to actually leave it and say, okay, well, we can't do this then, and draw up those boundaries. But I think for a lot, then they're going to be on the same page as you, especially if you're doing this healing work and letting go of those emotions, those hard emotions that are coming up today. So there is a decision to be made. Remember, that's what relationships are about. Yes, they can be your soulmate. Yes, you can have that deep knowing. Yes, you can have all of that. But unless there's two people coming together that want to build a relationship and actually want to put the work in and have some kind of commitment, then there's no relationship. You can't do it. You can't do it based on just them being your soulmate, just them being your twin flame, or just them, just having that feeling or that love. It's not enough. There needs to be a commitment. There needs to be a decision to be in a relationship that's made by both of you, by two people, for that to happen. And so maybe for some, today is about getting real on that. Whether there is a commitment there, whether somebody and whether you have actually decided to do that and to be in the relationship and to have that firm foundations. Also got tuberose here, dangerous pleasure. The secret of reaping the greatest fruitfulness and the greatest enjoyment from life is to live dangerously. And so it could feel like this is a dangerous decision. I mean, it feels like a relationship that you've been in before and it didn't work out, and there's anger about that, but there's a lot of passion there. So you decide yourself whether it's worth it. Dangerous pleasure, whether it's worth getting into this or not. It's very much an emotional decision day. Now look at this. The Bardo, it's the one between the worlds, the one between, like the death that's riding the boat, that's driving the boat that takes people to the other side. That's the Bardo. And so it seems like the veil is very thin between the two worlds, between the spiritual world today. And so maybe that's why this soulmate energy is coming back in. Shadow work to be done today. So there's a lot of both of these cards. There's a lot of darkness in there, and that's the stuff that needs to be faced today. The darkness that's inside of you, the darkness that's inside of us all, so that we can make some sense of that and release it today, especially around relationships. It's all about relationships right now. So there's a lot to be gained today if you do that inner work, and if you want some help with that, get a reading. That will help you out to sift through all of this stuff too. You can find those on behealing.com. So there you go. If you like this reading, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. What did you get out of that? How's it resonating with you? I love hearing from you. If you want one of those half price past, present, future reads, come to behealing.com to book in for one of those. As I said, they're 75 Australian dollars this weekend only, instead of 150, which is about 54 American dollars. I would love to read for you. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow.